What's up, Konyo kids? For those who aren't Konyo kids yet, you can still be one. You're still welcome to follow my channel and watch my videos. I hope you find them helpful. There might be hope for you yet. Anyway, you're probably watching this video because you're interested in knowing what it's like traveling right now. I am in Canada. I arrived last night. This is my first day quarantining. You can select the chapters below if you want to skip on to a different topic. I guess the first thing that we're going to talk about is pre-flight requirements. What I know is specific to Canada, but I think all flights right now leaving the Philippines requires a valid negative PCR test result coming from either Philippine Airlines or an accredited organization like Pearson, right? And it needs to be done within 72 hours of your original flight date and time. So even if your flight gets canceled, rescheduled to the following day, that's fine. Because as long as you did it within 72 hours of the original schedule. I did mine like home service with high precision, and I got my results within 24 hours. So the expedited home service fee is $4,800 for seniors and PWDs, but it is $5,000 for regular people. For Canada in particular, they're okay with an electronic result, but for certain countries I saw, like in the Middle East, they wanted like the original written medical certificate, the one with the seal on it, so you have to pick it up from an actual branch. For Canada, one of the other things that they're looking for is a prepaid confirmed booking at one of their government authorized accredited hotels. They have a list of all the hotels, and it needs to be a direct booking, so you can't book through, let's say, Agoda or any of the other third-party websites, because there is a special government package rate. This rate is about 3 times more expensive than usual because it includes other things like the PCR test that you get when you arrive. It includes hotel security staff. It includes all your meals. I think it also includes airport transfer. Regardless of which hotel you book, the minimum is always going to be around $309 per night. It can be a bit more expensive depending on the hotel. I checked in on a Wednesday evening. I get to leave on a Saturday. If I get my negative PCR test result before that, I can technically already leave without finishing my 3 days here. But I still need to complete all 14 days at Miguel's place. If you don't get a negative test result, let's say it comes out positive, you have to wait for further instructions, but I suspect you continue the rest of your stay here. So one more thing that you need to do before you fly out is to install the ArriveCan app. You create a ticket to state that your flight is on this date, and you have a place to quarantine, you don't have any symptoms, etc., etc. And then once you get to your hotel, every single day for the next 14 days, you have to check in. It asks you for like any symptoms. If you don't have any symptoms, then that's it. You're done for the day. So yeah, another app that you need to install is the Trace contact tracing app. It's super easy, right? And then it creates like a QR code, and that's it. The last thing that you need to do is create an account on Switch Health, which is a website. Right now, the only people that are allowed to travel are those with non-discretionary reasons. So if you're here on holiday, don't even think about it. I'm here for a different reason. I'm here as an extended family or as an extended relative, and I have an actual exception from the IRCC to visit. Miguel had to fill up a form, a statutory report, and then got it notarized, then sent it over via email, and then he got an exception letter from the IRCC. That is also what you need to bring with you if you're not here for work, you are not a resident, or don't have any status here in Canada. It also helps to have a travel insurance. I got mine with COVID coverage, so take note. Conventional travel insurances don't include COVID. It's a relatively new thing, so you have to get a separate one because getting COVID is super expensive. And if you're in a different country and you don't have a health card or anything like that, it can come out like being, I don't know, $250,000 or probably more. Not really sure. Depends on the severity of your case. I also had to show that I had a round trip ticket. Okay, let's talk about what it's like at the airport. NAIA Terminal 1 barely had any people. At the time, there were only like 3 or 4 flights simultaneously when I got there. So the place was relatively empty. As soon as I got to the driveway, porters were there waiting with their carts. It's relatively affordable, like only 50 pesos per baggage. Actually, it's really cheap. I would say go for it anyway, especially if you have a lot of bags. And it's also a way for us to help these people, right? The check-in process itself was pretty efficient. I say that because I got priority check-in at business class. There was literally no one else there. But for economy, there was a really long line. And that's why they tell you to be there minimum 4 hours before your flight, because the process now takes slightly longer. So at the check-in counter, the typical things that the staff would check for would be your negative PCR test result, your passport, they also make sure that you have a hotel booking as well. Basically, they're concerned that you might be turned away when you get here. And I appreciate that. So the girl was also like making sure that I had the exception letter and the statutory application form that Miguel originally filled out. So after that, the immigration process was pretty standard. You still have to fill out the departure card. But there were only like 4 immigration officers at the time. It was also a very, very short line. You just have to remove your mask at some point because they want to take a picture. Now, once you're through immigration, unfortunately, there are no business class lounges anymore. Everybody has to wait at their departure area or departure gates. You also have an option to wait at, let's say, Starbucks or Illy's or in one of those other common areas before the departure area. There is social distancing to a certain degree. Like, it's like 1 seat. You have to like skip 1 seat. But I don't feel comfortable with that because I saw some people with their masks off. Some of them were eating, some of them weren't. The ones I noticed that weren't really wearing their masks were older people. I guess they just don't like wearing masks. But now, when it comes to boarding, so at the waiting area downstairs, yes, there is still social distancing. Again, it's more of like a seat distancing, like 1 seat apart, but that's it. But it was still pretty packed, right? And you're in an enclosed area. So because I was in business class, I also got to get on the plane first. It was an advantage for me to get on the plane first because I needed time to like wipe down the seats, like where I put my stuff, seat buckles, the seat cushion itself. So the requirement now is that you have your face mask and your face shield on the entire flight, except when you're eating. The washrooms were relatively clean. I did confirm with the stewardess that whenever somebody uses it and they step out, do you like immediately disinfect or like spray the air at least? And they were like, yes. I never saw them do it, but I'll take their word for it. Yeah, I went to the washroom a lot because I was like super OC about brushing my teeth, flossing, washing my face, because I was afraid to get pimples underneath the mask for like 24 hours. I changed my mask probably 3 times throughout the entire trip. because it was easy to sweat. And also, whenever you take off your mask in an enclosed space, I think you're kind of exposing the inner surface to whatever particles are up there, especially when other people are eating as well. The business class seats were actually not bad. There's a massage. You can recline. As for the in-flight entertainment, unfortunately, there aren't a lot of selections. Oh, they're cleaning outside. So yeah, there aren't a lot of selections. There were just a few new ones and titles I've never really heard of. For TV shows, they only had a few episodes. So I was kind of stuck like watching The Hobbit. So I would recommend bringing your own entertainment. Thankfully, there was complimentary Wi-Fi. Everybody gets 60 MB. But business class gets an extra 100 MB on top of the 60 MB. I would save it for chatting. Well, I kind of got greedy. I started posting IG stories in the beginning, and that easily ate up my 60 MB. But with 100 MB, I saved it specifically for like chatting with family or Miguel on my update on my flight status. Finally, the food. So there's an extensive menu, and this is like one thing I love about being in business class, especially in Philippine Airlines. They usually have like 3 options for their meals, for breakfast and dinner. And they also have mid-flight snacks. They have mid-flight meals. For business class, obviously there's wine, but you have to ask for it. And then after dinner, there was cheese, dessert, ice cream. Yeah. Anyway, I was basically living the life. I was full the entire time. I couldn't sleep because I was super anxious about arriving at the airport here. Toronto Pearson Airport was basically a ghost town. There was barely anyone there. It was actually a pretty long walk coming from the plane down the hallways and into the arrival hall. And then that's when I realized we were literally the only flight at that hour, because there was literally no one at immigration. Like, literally, I was the first out of the plane. I was the first to get to the self-service kiosk where you scan your passport, do the survey on your health, and also customs. I was also the first to talk to an immigration officer. She was really nice. She just asked basic questions like, what are you here for? How long are you here for? Etc. And then I was also the first to get out, get my bags. And by the time I got to the carousel, there were 2 carousels, by the way. All our stuff was already out. Like, it was full. So I was like in and out with that whole part within like maybe 15 minutes. Once I got my bags, I got out. I almost forgot that I had to take a PCR test. There are several kiosks outside, like right before you exit, like actually exit the airport. So this is usually like the welcome area where people used to wait for their relatives or friends to arrive, right? So they turned that area into like a makeshift site for taking the PCR test. And there are lanes that kind of meander around. So the first part are the dozens of kiosks where there's a guy who checks for your Switch Health account. So he registers your PCR test to that account. And you use that account later on as well for your home kit. I'll get to that. So he gives you a kit, right, for a nose swab, which you bring to another area. And there are about 10 medical personnel. So they would just do like a quick swab up your nose, and that's it, you're done. When you're done with the area, another person gives you a box. So this is what the box looks like. It's something that you do on your 8th day. So I arrived May 26th. I have to do this on June 3rd. It is a home kit. You're gonna do it yourself, but under the guidance of a medical personnel online. So you have remote support. And yeah, that's basically it. After that, I was home free. There's a line for like an airport shuttle, which runs every 15 to 30 minutes, only until midnight. There's a separate shuttle for each hotel group, I think. So there's one here in this area for Marriott. There's another one for Hilton somewhere. There's another one for Fairfield, etc. There are two hotels that are literally at the airport, Sheraton Gateway and Alt Hotel. You have to take a train to get there. So I thought about it, but I realized that I had so many luggages and I might not know how to get there. The train doors might close on me, etc. But then later on I realized that I should have done it anyway, because even with the airport shuttle, I still had to carry all my stuff by myself. The driver doesn't really help you, but I think he took pity on me because I was like petite and I had two big luggages, so he helped carry one of them up anyway. I kind of broke one of the wheels in the process. Oops. When I got to the hotel, it was pretty much the same. I had to like bring all my stuff down by myself. I had to bring them into the hotel lobby. And finally, I had to bring them up to my room. I asked the bellboy for like one of those big racks with wheels. So when you check in, it's pretty easy. They just ask for your booking confirmation and your passport. That's it. You don't have to pay for anything else. And then they give you a kit. So this kit contains like one small bottle of hand sanitizer, about 30 ml, 2 bottled water, your option of coffee or tea. I asked for both. And it had paper cups with it. It also includes your instructions for the duration of your stay, and also what happens after that when you're in isolation. So it's basically your government kit. Oh, it also has wet wipes, but there were only like a few sheets. I easily used up all of it within maybe 10-15 minutes. I wiped down the phones, the lamps, switches, doorknobs, handles, anything that I would touch, basically. I also brought my own. This is my room and linen spray, peppermint. My brother also lent me this ozone generator, which I plopped onto the bed because I got paranoid. I found like a few strands of hair. But the hotel operations manager was pretty vigilant on social media, so she called me the morning after just to apologize and assure me that all the bed sheets were actually changed. Okay, I'll take your word for it. So yeah, food, not bad. There are not a lot of options. They don't really give you a chance to select a certain, let's say, cuisine or whatever, or style for the day. They don't have like a menu for the day, basically. In Alt Hotel, I know that they have this, like it's like a checklist. Like for let's say lunch, these are your options. For dinner, these are your options for today. But for Sheraton, it's usually them who decides what the food is for the day. You just have to tell them if you have any food restrictions. That's it. But so far, it's been pretty generous. The proportions are definitely generous. Like their pasta's like this big. Their rice meal is like this big. There's always a salad and a dessert that come with it, right? And then for lunch, it also includes like snacks. So yeah, it's pretty good. You also get like a 15-minute walk outside, so it's not exactly like, you're not exactly like stuck here. In my case, I don't really feel the need to go out. I'd rather stay here, to be honest. I've got my vents open, so I'm actually thankful that there are vents. I turned off the AC because like I don't know where that air is coming from. For the bathroom, I made sure to, oh, it has a bathtub. My bathroom has a bathtub. I made sure to fill it up with hot water, like boiling hot, to like kill whatever's inside, because I also found some strands of hair. For amenities, unfortunately, they don't have toothbrushes, slippers, bathrobes, but they have like extra towels, extra pillows, shampoo, conditioner, soap, lotion, and that's pretty much it. Laundry service is available. I'm not sure if it's free, but again, I don't feel the need to do it anyway. I'm not really worried, to be honest. I feel safe and comfortable. There's always water. There's always food comes on time. Somebody knocks on your door, actually. If I can get my negative test result a day ahead, I can technically leave, but there is no refund. It's clearly stated in the government website that the package rate that you paid for includes all this. No refunds. Which is fine. I mean, I have an option to stay as well. Like, I could. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a prison. I don't see it as a prison. It's actually quite comfortable, in fact. If you're afraid of there being a risk of catching COVID here, I don't think it's that big or that high. They follow like a no contact rule, right? So somebody just knocks on the door, leaves your food, nothing. And then as for cleaning the room, nobody comes to clean the room at all. So this is it for you. For 3 nights, 4 days, or whatever, this is everything that you need is right here. The only thing that they provide for are food and water. Oh, it's probably Miguel. I'll be right back. Oh my god. It's finally out. Let's see. Do I have COVID or not? Yes! That means I can go home. I'm gonna see Miguel for the first time in 1.5 years. I'm gonna see Miguel for the first time in 1.5 years. So today's day 8. In the past 4 days that I've been here, I've received 2 phone calls and 1 surprise physical visit from a screening officer. For the first phone call, the screening officer verified my identity and also validated my address. Then she asked some of the basic questions like, are you living with anyone who did not travel with you? And I said, yes, my boyfriend. What are your living arrangements? I said, I have my own bedroom and it's got its own bathroom. Did I ever have to leave the premises? I said no. My boyfriend did the groceries over the weekend. I have everything that I need. Did you have any visitors over? No. And yeah, during the second phone call, it was pretty much the same thing, except it was more centered around the fact that I have everything that I need, like basic necessities, including internet. And then during the physical visit today, the screening officer was just here for like a few minutes. He just, again, wanted to see my ID and then asked the same questions pretty much to check my compliance. Did I leave the premises? Did I have any visitors over? What are my living arrangements like? Do I have everything that I need? So today also happens to be day 8, which means I will be doing my COVID-19 test with the home kit that they gave me at the airport. A few days ago, I already registered my home kit on Switch Health, and now I'm just gonna have to click the start button and wait for a medical professional to assist me on the nose swab. So I hope it goes well. I am pretty nervous. I guess I'm pretty nervous about sticking something up my nose, but yeah.
Okay, so now kindly grab your collection tube. Okay, perfect. That's good. Do you have any government photo issued ID such as passport or driver's license? All right, perfect. That's good. So now we can start. Kindly grab your collection tube, take the lid off, and then just put it on the table in front of you. All right, just be careful not to spill the fluid inside. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, and then after that, kindly grab your swab stick, peel it off opposite the bristle part, and then take it out.
Okay, got it.
All right, perfect. So before we start, I'll just teach you how to use it. You will put it in your nostrils for 15 seconds each. So 15 and then another 15 while doing the rotation motion. And you will only insert 2 centimeters or only the fuzzy part. So this one is less invasive than the other test because you will only insert this part.
Got it.
Perfect.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's start. That's good. 13, 12, 11. That's good enough. Okay. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's good. Perfect. Other side, please. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. That's good.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now just put it inside the collection tube like this. So bristle part first.
Uh-huh.
And then you will notice there's a notch in the middle of the stick. Kindly break it off.
Okay, right here. This
Yes,
part,
in the
right?
middle. Perfect. All right. So just drop it in and then seal the collection tube tightly. Perfect.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right. And then after that, kindly grab label sticker, put your full name and date of birth.
Is it this one? Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Okay. And I just wrap it over like this part? Or like
Yeah, so it should be longitudinal. Just don't cover the barcode and the serial number.
got it. Okay. All right.
All right, perfect. That's good. So now we can proceed to the next step. Kindly put it inside the biohazard plastic bag. That one. Together with the absorbent sleeve or tissue paper. I believe this one is also included in your kit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right here.
That one. So just drop it in and then just seal the bag after. Perfect. All right, and after that, kindly put it inside the blue box. Make sure blue box is empty before you put it in. Wonderful. So we provided a sticker that you can use to seal the box closed.
Like this?
Right. Perfect. Okay, and for the last step, just put it inside the red plastic bag.
All right.
And then just peel off the silver strip on top and then fold it over to seal the purely perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so your test is now complete. You have two options to select pickup time with Pure Later, so they're gonna pick it up from your hotel or house. So first option is online, second option is phone call. So online, you don't need to do anything. Once I end this call and mark your test as complete, it will automatically appear on your screen. You just need to click continue, and then they will ask for your tracking number. So that's the 12-digit number at the bottom of the yellow sticker. And then second option is phone call. So just in case the online doesn't work, you can just call them and schedule pickup. And then their phone number is located bottom left of the LS sticker.
Got
So
it.
third option, if you like know someone like friend or family who's not quarantining with you, they can also pick it up from your hotel or house, and then they can drop it off at the nearest pure later drop off spot.
Cool.
Perfect. Do you have any other questions?
So after this, I'm just gonna wait for my results on Switch Health, right? And then
Yes.
that's it.
So it should be in 2 to 4 days, depending on your geographic location. You will receive text or email, and you can also check your portal that's switchhealth.ca.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and
Thank
have a
you.
good bye.
All right. Bye.
So next, I'm gonna schedule my pickup. Search for your address. Okay, how do we do this? Drop off box. Select only if instructed by a Switch Health medical professional. Pure later. Leave your package outside for pickup. Okay, let's do that one. We can do it tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m. Desk. Counter. Counter or desk? Okay, and we're done. So somebody will come over to pick it up at the reception tomorrow between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. So that's why we pay $1,000 for 3 nights. It's not because of the hotel per se. It also includes other expenses like the 2 COVID-19 tests that they administer, the salary of all these screening officers, security staff. Basically, it's an all-in rate for your 14 days. I would say it's a pretty good deal. I mean, to keep people safe, right? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. You can also support me by subscribing to my channel and clicking the bell icon to stay notified of any new content. This is the Konya Queen. Remember, stay classy and sassy.